this is Jess Saunders, one of our project coordinators, and today we'll be asking her about her role as a project coordinator at ALM Translations. It's an off-the-cuff interview, so there might be a few distractions throughout, but we're going to give it a try. Jess joined us in January this year as a language graduate, and I'm just going to ask her a few questions. So Jess, what is your passion in life?
Probably skydiving. I like to throw myself out of planes at the weekend when the weather's good.
Okay, that's quite a passion. So is there any correlation between your job and your passion for skydiving?
Yeah, I suppose so. It's for both of them. In order to get better, you have to put yourself out of your comfort zone, and that depends entirely on how far out of your comfort zone you want to go. So you can sort of improve at your own pace, really. But yeah, it's sort of about being prepared for things to go wrong and being fine with it when stuff does go wrong.
Gosh, as long as it doesn't go too wrong. By
No.
Skydiving. So when you started your role here as a project coordinator, what were you expecting? What were your expectations of the job?
I honestly can't remember. I think I was expecting of office life, I was expecting it to be hectic, high stress, surrounded by lots of people being very professionally stressed, and a lot of repetitive, boring, computery things alongside a lot of stress. But it's been absolutely nothing like what I expected. It's been quite the learning curve, and a lot of fun. It's not what I was expecting of an office environment at all.
That's really good to hear. That's really good to hear, because I think sometimes people, especially when they're coming out of university, don't really know what to expect from their first job. I can certainly hear you guys all having fun in your office, so that's good to know. So what would you say, having been here for nearly a year, are the best aspects of your job? I like the control I have over how fast and how much I progress. And like I said earlier, it's about putting yourself out of your comfort zone in order to get better, and you can take on as much or as little extra stuff as you feel you're capable of taking on, and build up your workload and take on new projects and work with different clients and different subject areas, language combinations, that sort of thing. But it's all very much down to the individual, how much they do, what they do, and how they do it, and that's been good fun. And it means as well, because after I graduated, I worked in a petrol station for 6 months, and that was very much you go here and do this at this time in this way, and then this role it's a proper job, and everybody is here to think for themselves, really, and it's good. It's nice to be able to feel like I'm in control of my life and I know what I'm doing. Great answer. So I've got to ask this, unfortunately. Are there any downsides to your job?
It's a bit depressing when the food runs out. There's quite often there are multiple snacks in the office, and then occasionally we do run out and it's raining, so nobody can go to Co-op to get any extras. But no, every day is good fun. There's not a day where I dread coming into work, because I love the people I work with, and I love the fact that there's usually food in the office.
That's another great answer. You've taken to your role really well, and sometimes I don't think you realise how good you are, actually. That's one thing that has been commented on by people here. So what advice would you give to any language graduates out there who are considering applying for a project management role and a career in project management with a company like ours?
I would say definitely go for it. It's not what it sounds like. The job title, project manager, makes it sound like maybe something you don't feel like you can do straight out of uni. It sounds very involved. It sounds like something that would require you to have a lot of experience. It's not at all. It's everybody starts somewhere, and everybody has a learning curve to go through, and it's been tremendous fun. So I would say if you're thinking about applying for a job that you don't think you possibly have the experience or the qualifications for, apply anyway, because that's what I did and I got the job. And it's always worth a shot, and it's I would say also don't get hung up about the fact that it's not a translation role per se. Don't be thinking, oh, I want to be using the languages I've studied at uni in my new job. Because while you won't necessarily be using the languages you've studied,
having studied languages is a great help in this job, because it makes you linguistically minded, which helps a lot, I think, with handling a lot of the projects that we do, because it's sort of I sometimes think that I can't imagine somebody with any degree other than languages would I feel like they'd probably struggle a bit with understanding some of the project instructions, or just even the way languages work. I do feel like I use my degree in this job, so don't think, oh, but that's not a translation job, because it doesn't have to be for it to put your degree to good use.
Fantastic. Some great answers. Thank you, Jess. That's fantastic, giving people an insight into what it's like to be a project coordinator. Soon to be project manager, I'm sure, because you're doing so well at the moment. So thanks for your time today, and I'm sure people will really enjoy watching your interview.